Hello friends, it's Brandy with Confessions of a Paper Addict, and today I'm working with one of the brand new cut files for August called Award Season. There's 3 cut files actually in one with this one, but I only chose to use this pendant, this metal, this particular one piece of that cut file. Now, I thought this would be a really great opportunity to use this gold leaf that I've had in my stash for a little while. Not terribly long. I think I may have picked it up at Tuesday morning when they were having all of their clearance, but I haven't used it yet. So this just made me feel like now was the time. So I thought the best way to do this would be to use my Deco Foil transfer gel, and I put a thin layer down, and that thin layer was drying really quickly. So I did not wait an hour like the instructions say. I used it immediately. I didn't give it really any time to sit at all, at 5 minutes at the most, maybe. But obviously you can see my foil blowing around a little bit there because I have my ceiling fan on and I just didn't feel like turning it off, but I probably should have. I do end up with a few pieces of foil laying around the room, but it was a little bit of a tedious process, and but I enjoyed it, and I like the way that it looks in the end. The end result is really cool, I think, and it's not difficult at all. There's nothing hard about it. It just took longer than I thought it was going to. So I'm not going to show you guys, I'm not going to make you watch me put all of this down, but I'm not going to deprive you of the satisfaction of seeing it brushed off like that. That part was extremely satisfying. I actually just used my finger to kind of burnish it down and make sure it was all stuck really well. And then I took kind of a rough brush and just brushed the excess off. And that was it. It was done. That part was really satisfying. Okay, I have this piece of patterned paper in my stash, and it was just a scrap, but I wanted these stripes. So I decided that I had enough there for an 8.5 by 11. So I grabbed this other piece of paper, seemed to be, a good piece of paper for the theme of my layout. And when I get this cut off right there, that's when I realized that instead of cutting my paper at 8.5 by 11, I cut it at 8.25 by 11. So I just grabbed a piece of craft cardstock and used that as the back, and I'm kind of glad I did because I like the look of just that little peak of craft cardstock sticking out from around the edges there. It just kind of works. So the title of this video is Use the Ugly Photos Too. And I did not actually plan on scrapping these photos because they're not pretty. They're hard to see from here. Honestly, they're hard to see, period. They are really bad photos. The background was just ugly. The color of the photo was ugly. Everything was bad. The only interesting part about the photo were the kids in it. And that's the story that I wanted to tell. So I do think that, and I don't have any other photos to document this particular moment. So I think that it's okay. I don't feel like we have to feel like all of our photos need to be really pretty before we can put them on our pages. If there's a story there, then scrap them. Just make up for it. Like, I printed these in black and white because the colors were so ugly, and I used some interesting paper and interesting elements and some gold foil. I just grab other things that distract from the ugliness of the photos, and I know that normally we really want those photos to pop, but I didn't want these to pop. I just wanted them there so we can see them and I can remember the moment. But this layout is not about these photos. It's about the story that's in the photos. And it's not even a big, fabulous, hilarious story. It's just my friend and I took my granddaughter and her son skating, and they wanted to play. They wanted to play the games. So they were having a fun time playing air hockey with each other. It's that simple. Nothing extravagant at all, but definitely a moment that I want to remember. Okay, let me catch you up now. So you saw me back the ribbon with the backside of the polka dot paper, and I decided to do some heat embossing for the little blue strip there. And off camera, I backed the metal with some holographic cardstock that I have in my stash. Now, I also found these old Scenic Route chipboard stars in my stash, and I got a little excited that I had hung onto them, goodness, and I actually still have another package, but they're the perfect embellishment for this layout because I have 5 elements on this layout. That's it. When it's all said and done, there's only going to be 5 things. I may have multiples of each of the thing, but there's only 5 things. And the chipboard stars look so cute with that that blue embossing powder on them. These stickers are also, they're thickers from my stash, and I was having one heck of a time trying to get those off of that carrier sheet. It just wasn't happening. So I went off camera. I didn't make you watch any more of that, and tediously pulled all of those letters off. And I also pulled out some, I think they're Tim Holtz those little tiny black letters there from my stash. And the title is "We're All Winners Here." And then I put a number 1 in the middle. And this part right here, I think, makes the whole thing come together when I add this glitter, the gold glitter glue. It just pulls the whole layout together. And that's gonna wrap this one up. I hope you guys have really enjoyed this, and I hope you're comfortable scrapping the ugly photos. I would love it if you would show me what you're doing, like tag me in your videos and show me. I want to see the videos of the ugly photos that you guys are scrapping. Also, don't forget to check out Confessions of a Paper Addict and all of the new cut files that Virginia has in the store this month. They're gorgeous. They're so fun, really fun ones. And thank you guys so much. I appreciate you sticking around with me. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a lovely crafty day. Bye-bye.